Howdy, howdy, howdy. This is the Savin Zone, and we are doing some D&D prep, getting ready for a game we are doing tonight. And so let's take a look here real quick and see where we're at. So we've got this map. Our group is going up here. Basically, this is a mine. Some people have taken over, captured some local Aarakocra bird people and a couple druids from a druid community. And so our adventurers are there to rescue them. There we go. So let's take a look and see if we look at how the enable player mode and player vision and disable the lighting. All right, so problem with our light right now is that it is daytime. So what I'm wanting to do is see, because we have a transition from the daytime over to inside the mine. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, so it's sunny. I want to see if I can apply ambient lighting to half the map and not the other half. So let's check it out. I haven't tried this before, so we're going to give it a shot. First thing I want to do is turn down the grid. Start at 117. All right, we'll put it at 85. Okay, makes it a little bit easier on the eyes. All right, so as we click each person, you can see the light. Oops, wrong one. I'm in the wrong section. Here we go, lighting. All right, so we go to play and we can see what each person can see. All right, so let's take a look and see what our characters can actually see, what they should be set at. So dark vision 60 feet. All right, so 60 feet is 60 feet. Okay, perfect. She should be able to see right to there. Okay, good. All right, what I'm going to do also is I'm going to take the line of sight, disable it. There we go. There we go. All right, so now they cannot see beyond. Okay, because what had happened was they were able to see a lot farther because of line of sight. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm double checking this to make sure. So she has 60 feet of blind dark vision. So does Eridon's and him and Rindon. So they all have their line of sight, what they can see. Let's see. His is not set, so let's set his. Actually, he doesn't have dark vision. Let's see. Check our NPCs and see if wolves have night vision. Go to wolf. Does a regular wolf have night vision? It does not. Okay. You can hear and see. Dire wolves also do not. So let's take a look at the winter wolf. Winter wolf, which is what Rundun is. All right, so he does not have any kind of vision. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Everybody else, though, has vision. So for Rundu, dark vision. All right, so the rest of the other three have dark vision. Interesting. Okay, so it'll be cool because you see it's in black and white. So if somebody in dark vision, they only see in grayscale, and therefore they have a disadvantage on their perception checks. All right, so if they want to see the map in color, they're going to have to light a torch. But that is not completely true because right now we have ambient lighting. So let's go ahead and go to ambient lighting. So let's go to, let's see, Jaded Bear, use lights. I'm not really sure exactly, like I said, which way, how to turn these on and off. We're going to play with it. We're going to see, try it a little bit, see if we can set the ambient lighting. If not, I'll just turn it on, and then as soon as they get inside, we'll turn it off. But my goal is to have ambient lighting outside, and then once they get inside, no ambient lighting. So ambient light preset is going to be sunlight. All right, so right now I don't care about the character. So let's go to, see, I just turn it on off. Let's go to play, turn off dark vision, enable line of sight, enable lighting. Okay, hold Control L. Okay. Go back to my lighting. Let's see. So I'm just going to move him around a little bit. All right, so the ambient lighting does go all the way through. So is there a way back to our lighting and see, is there, so I don't know of any way of doing that. So what I'm going to do is next time I will simply, I'm going to ask somebody who does know what the heck is going on. Go back to our play mode, make sure he can see everything. Yep, he sees everything. Okay. All right, well then, what I'm simply going to do is make one of these transparent. I will make, opaque. So make this iron gate opaque. Open, closed. All right, so I'm change this to a door. We go to our line of sight. So just to clarify, I know what's going on in my mind. I don't know if I've been explaining it well. I want the sunlight to stop. This goes down. It's like a dip in the mine and then comes back up a little bit. So it's not a huge one because it would make the mine inoperable, but it is there. And it's going to, so the sun's going to pretty much stop right about here. So we're going to go ahead and set this as, we're going to remove the one that's here. So we go to, we're in our line of sight, we're in our select mode, select it, remove it, delete, remove, remove. We will zoom in a bit so we can see what's going on. All right, so all three of these. All right, so should be able to hold shift and go bloop. Select all three. Remove. Remove. Nope. There we go. That worked. That selected them both. All right, so now we've got that. So now we're going to add a door. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge. So the door cannot be seen through or around. There we go. Escape. So now we have a door. Boom. Our line of sight stops. And what I'll have to do is I'll just turn off the ambient lighting when we get into that deeper section. There we go. So now, since they have seen, we'll move Rondo back where he was. Back to play. Move him. Open. Oh, I made a door there. For goodness sakes. All right. All right, so since some of our people have seen inside here, all you do is go to enable a line of sight, turn it on, and then turn it off. So now they have not seen anything beyond what they currently can see. All right, so the rest of it, so now what we're going to be doing then, let's take a look. Go back to turn this off so I can see what's going on. So what we're doing is we're going to real quick, we're going to zip through these and see as they go through what they're going to be seeing, what's going to be happening. We've already got this one pretty much set. We have our encounters, we have everything ready. I'm going to go ahead and throw a light on here because there's a campfire. The lighting, we're going to go to preset, we're going to add light. We're going to go to preset is, I'm going to say torch to start with. And then we're going to click right on it, boom, and then we're going to change it. So now we go to select light, and we're going to make it a little bit brighter. So we're going to make it 30, and dim will be 50. So that's a little bit brighter for our, and it's flickering because it's a campfire. All right. Anyway, so we have our bad guys. They're going to come out. And here we have a locked and rusty gate. So they can see through this first one, and that's fine. They can see going down into it. They had to pick the lock or attack it. This section of the mine has become flooded. They've attempted to fill it with gravel, but grew tired of all the work. So now they hop to and from the shore to the gravel island. All right, so I had water turned on. Let's see how the water looks. Why does it keep jumping? All right, let's go to play, turn off line of sight. All right, so where is this water effect? Click. There it is. It's over there. I didn't have it over here. That's weird. All right, so I have it here. Okay. And that's fine. Doesn't really need to be here. There's nothing to see here that would make it watery. Um, so let's keep getting distracted, guys. Sorry. So there's our water. They're jumping from the gravel 8 feet deep. We swum across as well. Once they cross the pool, it then goes up. Chain and padlock. Again, they can pick the lock. All right, so now Area 3. The main tunnel splits into two. One has a rail system, which leads up. The other leads down the end of the water. That's funny. It says, the original mine contained a rail system complete with ore cars to transport the jade from the upper tunnel to the central tunnel. The cart has recently been lost. Two of the bugbears were taking turns riding the cart from the top to the bottom of the tunnel. They lost control of the cart and it slipped off the rails, fell into the flooded section of Area 4. Luckily, no bugbears were hurt during the accident. It's funny. All right, do I have a cart? I think I do have a cart. Let's go to assets. Let's go to leave it on tokens. I'm going to go to cart. I do have a cart. I have a minecart right there. So we're going to add this minecart right to that right there. Boom. There is the minecart. All right, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to change how I did that. So I selected this. Choo-choo, all aboard the DM train. That's right. So the minecart is I can't put it underwater because it's just a token. So we're going to change how we do that then. We're going to go ahead and delete this by click delete token, delete this token. And we're going to go to our layers section. And we are going to go to, so here's our water. We want it to be on here, so we'll click this one. We could make a whole new one for the cart. I really don't care enough to worry about it. So we're going to go to, want to do painting? Yeah, I know I do want to mess with it, so I'm going to add it. I'm going to add another effects. Boof. So it's here. FX, what? I don't want to add effects. Trash. I want to add a painting layer. There we go. Painting. We're just going to call it cart. Call it cart. Throw the cart on there. 2.5 by 2.5 is not the size we want. We want it 1. We're going to click the aspect lock. Stamp. Boom. There's our cart. We'll twist it just a bit. Oops. Hold on. There we go. And then we're going to take this in the minecart and throw it underneath the water. You know, if you stamped it in, the players would then dig out the mining cart and want to use it. That's right. So it's now there for them to mess with up above the water. There we go. Boom. See? So now it's under the water. And I'm going to hold control, move it just a little bit. Boom. So now they might see it under the water. Okay, so everybody say hi to Drake Takes. If you're interested in some live play D&D, look no further than Drake Takes. Make sure you put Drake Takes all together one word if you're looking through YouTube, because if you just do Drake space Takes, you come up with a lot of singer videos. So check him out. It's a lot of fun. You could change the A in the color palette a little and make it look like it's faded out under the water. I could. Yep. So what he's talking about is if you click on a minecart, go to the tint, and then change down the opacity, then it looks like it's underwater. A little faded. All right, good call. Good call. All right, so Drake says he does do rap, but he's better at DMing. Never heard him rap, but I have heard him DM, so I know he's a really good DM. All right, so we have our cart. So now, and it says the Arcort, if retrieved from the flooded tunnel, still operates. Okay, and there's a whole bit about the whole stupid cart, which I guess is cool, but I'll be very surprised if my players care. But who knows? At least it's here. Nice to know that it exists. So the flooded tunnel slopes down at the end and separates into two separate tunnels again. Yep, so we're talking about this section here, okay? It's filled with water with no air pocket until it ends at the exposed area in Area 6. Come on. Work with me here. Map. Area 6, okay? And then Tunnel B is a 15-foot deep open air section of the flooded tunnel. Characters swimming underwater, succeeding on a perception check, notices the ore cart. All right, so they misspelled crane, by the way. So this just tells me about seeing the cart. I think what I'm going to do, since it is its own thing, I'm going to make it visible just to me. And then if they notice it, I can then add it. So that's cool. All right, so it's talking about swimming and what's involved with that. To area 5, which is over here. All right, so this is area 3. So it depends on where they go and what they do. Talked about that. Now we're looking at area 4. What we're doing is just skimming through this, see if there's anything like the cart I wanted to add to the map. See if I need to add any kind of lights. Let's check and see what our bugbears can do. Close. I've got lots of things open. Let's see. Did I take notes as we played? Yep, they find it interesting to the mind. 2 Aarakocra and some bugbears. Do I have my message of the day updated? Time is 2:35. Yep, everything is perfect. Everything is awesome. So we're good with this. We can close out all of this. All right. So I go into more detail on how to use the calendar for notes. The players can also read what's going on, and they can catch up themselves if they want to go back as far as they want to since the campaign started. They can do so using the calendar. I also go into more detail on the message of the day. So check out a couple of my earlier ones. You can see I try in the description when I talk about calendars and things like that. I try to mention those. So just look for that. Since Drake is here, let's give Drake a little quote. Mind taken, baby. All right, so let's see. As they come into area 4, walking down the track, hurry, get up. All right, so first of all, unlock this. So some of these you'll see some of the pre-made campaigns will have symbols anytime there's like apostrophes and quotes, and you just have to go through and fix them. All right, so what I do here is, if you look as right here in the chat as it's posted as a story link, but there's also a quote. It's fine the way it is, but I prefer to make it even better. So what I do is I hit enter here before the quote. If you hit Control 3, so you have different, if you see here where I'm typing in the story entry, Control 1 is regular story entry, Control 2 is a heading of a section, Control 3 is your text block, and then Control 4 are tables. And so now that we've got our story entry here, I mean our I'm not really sure what it's called, but where you can share it. What I'm going to do is right click on it and then assign the speaker. So in this case, it is a commanding voice. And the difference is now when you share it, poof, it is a quote, hurry up, get that stone in the sack. 2 bugbears, massive wooden beams and rope lays next to them in a chaotic mess. One of the bugbears holds a rope, which appears to dangle over the edge of the tunnel. Alright, so couple different things are happening here. This is here. So the map doesn't show any of that stuff. And if you're curious to know what it looked like originally, that's what it looked like. So it did have some beams. Cool, cool. So we will go back. Boom, put this back down. All right, now. Close. So I need to get a little bit more information to understand in my head exactly what's happening. So the bugbear chief and another bugbear stand at the edge of the tunnel, overseeing the workers below. Bugbear holds a rope which over the edge of a slope from area 5. Okay, so these two are connected. So that's what those little white wavy lines are. So this goes down to here. Gotcha. One carries a whip. Okay, so we have a total of 4 bugbears. Here's the encounter for this one. Area 4. So I have 4 bugbears and Grunthug. Let's see. So real quick, I want to see if this has an encounter. All right, so this is leveled. This one is not. This is CR5. This has CR4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So I want a CR9. So let's read through this and see what's going on and see how we're going to handle it. So it says that they're standing at the top of the tunnel looking down. These two areas are combined. So first of all, that's going to be a quick fix. We go to our assets. We go to our, so what I want to do is I want to combine some of this stuff. So I have a bunch of this stuff out here. So we're going to say, make a new folder, call it outside and I'm just going to put from here all the way down to the tents. Man, that's intense. Get it. Shift, boom. Highlight them all and just throw them all into our outside folder. Boom, and close it. All right, so it gives us a little bit more room. See what we're doing. We're going to add a painting layer. Now, this painting layer is going to be area for shade. And what we're doing here is we're going to go to layers, paint, clicking it, brush. What we're looking for here is we're looking for some sort of shade. I'm trying to remember, I think it's 2019 has good shade. Let's see. Going to go to all. And we're going to go to F for Fantasy Grounds, FG. Looking for 2019. Come on. There it is. Abyss. I think I just saw it. 2019. And I believe it is in effects. Might be under brushes. Let's see. That's not the one I'm looking for. Back to our pack. Let's go to decorations. Actually, I think it's brush. So once that loads, we'll go back to brush. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the part that has shadows. So I can just add some shadows in here to make it look like it's going down. That is the goal. Some hills. Rocks going down. All right, let me look see what that hill looked like. Can't really see it very well. Let's see. Hold control, blow it up, see what we're looking at here. Actually, that's going to work. That's going to work perfectly. All right, so we have with joining us today is a hero squad of the atomic variety. There we go. So we're going to bring this down, control, bring it smaller. That's like it was made for this, man. That is perfect. We will go down just a smidge more. Boom. So we want this on, oops, escape. Hit the stamp token. Boom. All right, so now we have a little bit of flavor going on here. I'm going to go to our layers. Zoom in a bit. shift it just a little. Wait, layers, select. There it is. Shift this down just a little bit. So what's happening, Atomic, is we're sliding this. The little lines here indicate this leads to this area here. So we're just trying to get it to look like that a little bit. We're going to try to shift it just a smidge. All right. Now we'll add some shadow. So the shadow things I was looking for are not here. See if I can get some sort of, yep, I don't see anything over here either. So let's take a look and see if how this thing looks. We're going to leave it here in area for shade, and we're going to add this. We go to our painting layer. We're going to just see. So my goal is to make it look like this. It's just like falling rock. Turn. I want to shift it a little bit and turn it and make it a little bit bigger. And change the color. I want it to be a little bit more brown. Let's see if that helps. Bring it down in there. There we go. It's a little bit better. And bring it down in the opacity. All right. So let's see if this works. We're going to try a little stampy stamp. Come on. There we go. I'm going to start at the edge and just sort of move it out a little bit. Bring it on down. Make it a little bigger. And then add another layer. All right. So we're going to take our erase tool. Make it a little smaller. And you just want to get rid of those last few. There we go. Go back to our stamping tool. All right, so it's getting to where, so I want to make it, and get rid of this. I'm going to change the height to 2. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we're just going to add a couple more of these to make it look like it's a little layered effect. All right, so gives the idea. So what it looks like. Let's take a look and see what the players see. Enable line of sight. Oh, there it is, line of sight. Because we have line of sight in our walls. So let's go to our token, go to play, say OK, cancel. So all I'm trying to do is just see what this looks like. So let's go to Combat Tracker. And we're just going to drag our Bugbear. Let's take a look, see where he is. All right, Warm Walk. He's right in between the two tents. Warm walk is right here. Boom. Slap him here. Boom. All right. So what does that look like? See? There you go. So from his viewpoint, it looks like some rocks have fallen. And so now we're just going to add some shade, shadows and stuff. And we'll be good. All right, so that answers that question. Slap him back where he was. I'm going to go here to disable line of sight. If you're ever moving a character, a player, from one part of a map to another and you don't want them to see everything in between, hold shift. And that way it does not release line of sight until you get to where you're going to go, and then you let go. Otherwise, if you just drag them, they're going to be seeing everything as you move the token. All right, so let's do a little bit more Foley work, not Foley, but a little bit more artwork with this. We're going to go to our assets. We're going to add some water. Let's see, water. So what I'm looking for is the little white lines, the little foam that comes from that. It's not a moving water source, it's underground, but looking at just the way it is, I don't like it. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the stuff to it. Let's see. We have a lot to work with. Come on. There we go. See, this is what I'm looking for, just this little stuff. Actually, I think I'm just going to add that. So let's go to effects. We're going to go to area for a shade. I'm going to drop these puppies in here. These are 5 by 5. We're going to keep the aspect lock, but we're going to make it 1. We're going to, oops, I did the wrong thing again. Poof. So we go to painting style. Make sure we're in the area for a shade. 1 by 1. Stamp, there we go. So we're just going to add, bring down the opacity just a bit. So not quite sticking in your face. And we're just going to zoom in and just add a little bit of stuff here. Shift. Stamp. Shift to spin it. All right, so it's already, just by adding those things, it just makes it feel like it's part of it's underwater. This lighter single add addition makes it look nicer as well. So we're getting there, we're getting there. Could add this one as well, once or twice for flavor. Let's do that real quick. Go back 1. We're going to add this in. It is 1 by 1. Bring it down. Shift, we're going to turn it a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we need to add a torch down here because the Aarakocra cannot see. So here's a water splash, waterfall, end of a waterfall. Okay, cool. All right, so this doesn't have what I wanted, but it had something else enough to where it now looks like it's in water, and that's fine. That was the whole point, is just to understand where it's coming from. So I do need some shade. Still don't remember where the shade was, so let's go all the way up. We've checked a couple different places in the Fantasy Grounds art pack. I thought it was in here. Let's try brushes and see. There's tracks for actual footprints and stuff. We don't need those. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add these just because. Why not? You know, why not? Do we have bare feet, and we also have any boot tracks. What's up with that? All right, so I'm just going to go into here. So we're going to go into our line. I'm going to leave it here in an area for a shade because why not? I don't really want to make another one. We're going to paint. We're in line. It's small looking. Well, make it a little bit bigger. I go up, control, up a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so now as I draw, coming from both directions, back and forth. There's just different footprints. Go in both directions. And that's it. They fade as they go into the grass. All right, and the cool thing is, so I can now go to tint. I can now go down to opacity, and just put in some like shaded ones. I can turn this off, by the way. So if you ever have, see, to where, so now they make a perception check and they pass, or a survival skill and they pass, boom. Now you can reveal the tracks. I've done that many times, so it's cool. All right, so we have tracks. The rest of it isn't really that important. Okay, so shadows. We're still looking for shadows. So let's go to all. We're just going to go SHAD. Boom. I'm going to go up to everything. SHAD, because I don't know if it's shadow, shadows, shade, any of those things. Did it do it? It did it. Okay, here we go. See, this is what I was looking for, sort of. There should be some that aren't as abrupt. I can also turn this way down, so that's fine by me if I need to. And if I'm not being very clear, you are correct. I'll explain myself a little bit more if that's what I end up doing. Oh, I have SHA. I'm going to change this to SHAD. Enter. It's like, why am I getting shark and shaman and stuff? Because it's just SHA. So I have too much stuff, way too much stuff, if it's just SHA. Lash of Shadow. Come on. All right, let's try this again. I'm not sure why it's being weird, but that's all right. SHAD, enter. All right, there we go. All right, guys, sorry about that. This is the ones I was looking for. Okay, so we take our shadow effect, drop it here. Now I am going to make a new one. Plus painting layer, this is going to be shadow. All right, so we're going to our stamp mode. And what this does is you can change the opacity, bring it down, up and down. So we're going to start it at 100. And then we can bring this way down. Well, we're going to start with the whole thing. We're just going to go poof, 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 add some shadows in here. Then we're going to bring this down by holding control, making it smaller. I'm going to add another layer of shadow down along here. Add another layer of shadow up along here. Now remember, they don't see through the wall, so just add another layer. I'll make this a little much darker to go through here. Another layer here. So I do like that brown effect I had there, the tunnel effect. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take this out a little bit. There we go, and I'm going to go back to my area 4 shade. Go to our layers. And I'm just going to move the whole thing if I can. No, it's going to mess that up too. All right, so now as we look at it, looks like it's going down a little bit. I'm going to go see if I can find, let's see, what was it that I was looking for before? It was, we go up. So I want to add some of those lines back in. So I'm going to see if I'm going to find that one again. It was under Fantasy Grounds 2019 Art Pack. And it was in Effects. It was in Decorations, Brushes, Decorations, I believe. I know what Brushes is, so it wasn't there. So it was Decorations. All right, so here it is. Yay, I found it. Shapunk. All right, so when we add it, it's going to be added here. Let's see. So we're going back to our painting layer. We go here. We're still in area for shade. We want it bigger. Control. Here we go. And then we flip it. There we go. And we'll make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Perfect. So what we're going to do, all right, so we want it under the shade. So that's where it is right now. Perfect. So we're going to go like this and watch what happens. Boom. Nothing because I did the wrong one. Now we do stamp and we go boom. There we go. See? So now we have that layered effect. We have the darkness and the shadows going down. And if we look at our play map, we go to line of sight. We go to our dude. Warm walk. And this is what we go to. There we go. So this is what he sees. See? So it's just, it looks like it's leading down in theory. And if he's over here on this side, let's go shift. It's too far. All right. So it's not perfect, but hey, it gives them an idea of what's happening. And it's a whole lot better than it was. So I think what I'm going to do is just go in here into the shadow. Let's go back to our painting layer. Go back to click on shadow. We will go to shadow. Why is it only showing forest? That's weird. We can go to anyway, close enough. This will work too. Drop it in here, bring it way down to, we're going to say 75. Make sure we are in shadow. We are in our stamp mode. All right, so I just want to make this a little bit more consistent. There we go. And then make this a little bit darker. We're going to turn off. Go to 75. Zoom in. We're going to make this smaller. Control. Boom. What I wanted to do is just make this a little darker. So we're doing, what the heck is going on here? Stamp. There we go. Not sure what that is. Let's get rid of that. There we go. All right, so what we've done is we've just added a layer of darkness along here. Meaning there's some kind of hole or something there. All right. So now hopefully it looks to the player like there's a hole here. Add a little bit more right here because this part should be a little darker than the rest of it. All right. So there, my friends, we have our section leads down from here to there. Now what we need to do, now that we've done with the, the other thing we wanted to do was add some planks. Let's start with just wood and see what happens. I know he made some goblin art pack, and I'm pretty sure there are wood pieces in the goblin art pack. But let's see what we find just by talking wood, by typing in wood. Some pedestals, platforms. Here we go. So here's just some spikes. I can use those if I need to. See what else we have. Walls, and wooden floors. wooden plank and wooden shelf. All right, so we'll take the wooden plank. We're going to go this with, we're just going to make a new paint layer. Planks. I want them thinner, so I'm going to go width. Height is going to be, we'll start with 3. Oops. Go here to erase. 1 by 3. I want them even thinner, so let's go with, try 4. There we go. But we want the whole thing to be smaller. There we go. So it sort of looks like these planks here. That's the whole point. Shift, let's see, does it match? Almost exactly. It's a little smaller. So let's go. So this is 1. 0.5. There we go. All right, so we have some planks here. We have our stamp tool. Click. Click. Now we're going to spin. Click. Spin. Click. Click. Doing lots of spinning using holding down the shift button. Just making ourselves a little stack of planks. All right, so we've got our planks. And now what you can do is you can take this and we can say duplicate, selected layer. We take our copy, we go to our tint, we go down, down, and we bring all these 3 down. Boom, boom, boom. I bring the blue up just a little bit because I like my shadows to be a little bit bluey. Bluey, kablooey. See? And then, wait a second, cancel. So I made a mistake. Layers. Now that we've got the copy selected, we do the same thing. We go down, down, down to there, bring you down. And you're like, but Sven, all our planks are gone. Yes, they are. Because what's happening is we're moving this just a smidge to about there. And then we're dropping it below and boom, we now have shadows. See? Our planks are now shadowy and look more realistic. Okay, so now we have our planks, we have our dude. We have our hole going down below to the next level. Speaking of our dude, let's go ahead and put him back where he belongs. Go back, go back, go back to where you want to belong. Go to play. Make sure he's in a square. There we go. Okay, so now that we're done with the aesthetic part of this, we now go into back to our story. Close down our assets. And we have story number 4 and story number 5 that we're dealing with. So the bugbear holds a rope which goes over the edge of the slope, and there's a sack tied to the rope so they can pull up the mines from below here. So remember, the water stops any kind of movement through here. And so there are two other bugbears encouraging the workers. Okay, one of them also wears a ring of swimming. That's cool. You can just swim. If the adventurers attempt to be stealthy, if the adventurers are swimming, then they are noticed immediately when they enter the shallow water. So again, it says Grontog yells, "Thieves!" So what I do is I go here, and I'm going to go over to where it says Thieves, hit enter. Control 3 to make it a story entry, and then right click on it and make it assign speaker. Just say bugbear. So now when I click it, it'll say thieves being said by the bugbear. All right. Let's see. Now by the way, we have lots of images too of buggy bears. Let's go ahead and add some more of those into the mix. Okay, so we have a hunt master, so we're going to throw this down here. So what this does is it links this image to here, so I don't have to dig for it on the day that I'm trying to find it. So encountering Grontog. The bugbear chief isn't interested in talking to those who have invaded his mine. Okay. He also assumes that if they've made it this far, at least one of his bugbears is dead. He immediately yells, "Intruders!" and engages in combat. The other bugbears join them. So is he yelling thieves or is he yelling intruders? It's a different one, anyway. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not going to make you watch the intro again. Cool as it is. I'm not going to make you watch it again. Alright, the bugbears hear the yell and swim out of the tunnel and appears in 4 rounds later. I don't know, it'll take 4 rounds, but we'll see. Massive beams and ropes near the end of the tunnel is the remains of a makeshift crane created by the gnome inventor. The original mine owner had his own crew. When flooding began, they constructed the crane to lift some of the stone to place it into the ore cart and move the jade to the lower section of the mine using the cart. So you can determine that it is a crane. And you can reconstruct the crane in 2 days, okay? And Grontog wields a +1 Morningstar. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, so I have a choice. How are we going to separate and finagle these? Let's see. I think I'm going to set them as 2 separate encounters, even though they're all going to be, it's all going to be combined. Um, so this is CR8. Thing is, I'm not going to fight the whole thing at once. So I want this to be about CR10 or 11. So we have a couple Aarakocra in here and a couple Druids. And then we have our people. So Bugbear Chief. All right, so this is in CR8 right here. This is area 5 down here, okay? So I'm going to remove Grontog because Grontog is not in this section. So you click here, edit list, you subtract it. So now, let's see, let's take a look at what this guy does. Morningstar, and he's just a tough guy, okay. So that's fine, we're going to change him to Bugbear. And we're going to put a couple things in here, hopefully to grab my attention. The Hunt Master does what? He's a brute. Good, 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 good. I like this. I'm going to put him up with the boss, though. Well, no, I'll leave him there. So leave those two here. He has, what is this? Okay. All right, so now we want to switch, figure out who's up here. Let's see what happens if we put a CR9. Okay, so that's down here. That's fine. This is not CR9, this is CR7. All right, so we're going to add Grontog to this side. His name is Grontog. Which brings it up to CR8, and then we're going to add a couple more bugbears. All right, so where do our NPCs go? We're doing Bugbear. I like having a wolf. I like them having a wolf. What do you think? Bugbears? Find a dire wolf, tame it, just to throw something cool. Let's see what this guy is. He's a priest of Hrakak. Spellcasting 10th level, challenge 5. Bane, healing word, shield of faith. He's got some pretty powerful stuff. A little bit too much, I think, for these guys to handle. How about the foot pad? Let's see. Sneak attack. Yep, we're going to have 2 of them. Okay. And we have our... Okay. Now all I need is a token for a Gruntug. I'm going to add a wolf. Nah, I'm not going to add a wolf. I changed my mind. I'm going to kill him. I made an accidental copy. And let's see what that brings it up to. Let's see CR9. We're going to add 2 of these. Let's add 1 more. Make it 2. Boom. All right, so these guys are going to be up here. Boom. Have the foot pads be here. Here. We'll get our token. Click on tokens. And then we add bugbear. Look for bugbear. All right, folks, so that's how we do it. We got our CR. We're going to see what our CR now is. It's at CR9. Even adding another one of those. I think we're good. We've got enough people here. We'll have him be our Grontog, our leader. Looks unique enough. Let's go to our image and go to Bugbear. See what kind of images we have. There he is. So we're going to bring him down. Double click it. Make a image record. He's going to be Grontog. So anytime you make an image unidentified, it will go by whatever it says here. And Grontog is the one who's holding a rope right now, so he is here. Put him there. All right. So we have our stuff. Click. So we're all set. We're ready to go. We're going to, what is this the right one? No. All right, so this is the encounter. I have it linked in both locations. All right, so now all we have left is this place over here, which I think is just a treasure. Let's see. The DMA decide what means necessary to open a tunnel again. Keep in mind the tunnel is completely flooded and finding a way to remove the rubble and rock from the opening may be difficult. The tunnel was the last tunnel created by the original mine owner just before the mine flooded. The flooding caused the collapse of the support structure at the beginning of the tunnel. 2 dwarf miners were left trapped here. The bodies now lay at the bottom of the flooded tunnel. The owner did not want to risk the lives of any other miners, so they closed the mine and left. The back wall of Area 6 is filled with large chunks of jade. If properly mined, this section could yield up to 3,000 worth of jade, or if you're just chipping away at the wall, you could gather about $1,000 worth of sellable jade. Okay, that's fine. All I'm going to worry about is the tokens. Let's go to hit the button at some point. I don't think it's been that long, but let's see. Here we go. So let's go to our layers. Here's our water. We're going to add a painting layer. Bring it down below the water. Go to water. Make sure it's, paint. Add this. Boom, boom. Actually, that's perfect. And then we go to a layer section. Let's see if we bring on this up to here. It's solid. We want the water under it. Can we bring the walls below the water? There we go. There you go. That works. Perfect. All right. And then line of sight. Line of sight. And we just go to green terrain. We've got it sectioned off. I'm just going to make it a rectangle because to there, and then go to here. zoom in, and I'll just tweak it. We're going to move this up. Move this down. There you go. So that makes it so they can't see through it. We are golden. So now we are ready to play tomorrow night. I'm pumped. I'm excited. We added our stuff. We added our footprints. We added our lighting. Speaking of lighting, let's go ahead and add our torch. Search for a torch. Right there. With halo. Let's go with burning torch. We're going to boom, boom, layers. We're going to make this part of the area shade 4. Painting, boom, stamp. Here's our torch. We're going to flip it. We run it up against the wall. Boom. Now we go to lighting. We go to add light, preset, torch, click. That's it, my friends. That is all. That is all we need to do. Okay. And just in case you were curious to see what we're looking at, enable lighting, player view, preview. We then take our dude again, and as he moves through, we will then turn off the ambient lighting. Actually, the only thing I really wanted to show was the torch. There you go. We're going to turn off lighting. Ambient lighting is here. Come on. What's going on? Why won't it let me select lighting? What am I doing wrong? I'm clearly doing something wrong, but what is it? There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why it wouldn't let me do that. All right. So now he had dark vision. So everything is black and white to him. Let's check our torch, make sure our torch is correct. There we go. All right, so as you can see, the difference is very subtle because he has dark vision, and this is a gray area. But you can see this is blue, and then it sort of fades to black because he has dark vision. All right. So, hey, I am finished for today. I'm going to call it here. Once I get my dude back, we will go back to our play area. We'll go to turn this off. So if Drake and Atomic, if you're still lurking, thank you. I appreciate you guys very much um, for stopping by, saying hello. Like, subscribe if you're interested in more of these type of things. Today was a little bit slower than usual. I'm doing a little bit more reading, a little bit more thinking than normal. But if you have questions, comments, leave them and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, I usually watch them at higher speed, 1.5 or 2. So whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your day.